Good afternoon. Before I open the hearing for the Barnstable Conservation Commission, I would like to ask Angela to do a roll call for the quorum purpose.
Thank you, Tom. Bill Hearn.
Present.
Jeff Kishulik.
Yes, present.
Tom Lee.
Present.
Angela Tangney, present. Pete Sampu. Is he signed in yet?
No.
Well, we have 4 for the quorum. I know Rob DeMello is traveling and John Abadili is absent. We have Administrator Ed Hoops present.
Present.
Staff member Kim Kavanaugh.
Present.
And Agent Brady Hill.
Present.
We're a go, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Acting under the provisions of Mass General Law, Chapter 131, Section 40, and Chapter 237 of the Code of Town of Barnstable, the Barnstable Conservation Commission will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, March the 17th, 2026 at 3 p.m. for the applications of Gary Terzhowski, Ogla Agency, Town of Barnstable, DBW, Dino Shores, Bayside Property Holding, LLC, and Austerville Property Holding, 1 LLC, Cynthia and Kevin Kidd, Robert Littleton, Samuel Lings. This hearing is being recorded and broadcast on the Town of Barnstable's Government Access Channel. The plans and application are on file and may be reviewed by scheduling appointments by sending emails, requests to @hoops at 230 South Street, Hyannis. In accordance with the Mass General Law, Chapter 38, Section 20, please let the chair know if anyone is recording this hearing. Hearing none. This afternoon's hearing agenda is posted on the town's website. On the agenda next to each application is the amount owner to the Town of Barnstable for the cost of advertisement. Please send your checks to the Conservation Division at 230 South Street before the hearing. Remote participation. The Conservation Commission's public hearing will be held by remote participation as a result of an act extending certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency, signed by the Governor on March 28, 2025, suspending certain provisions of the Open Meeting Law. Remote public access to this hearing shall be provided in the following manner. 1. The hearing will be televised by Xfinity Channel 8 or High Definition Channel 1072. It may also be accessed via Town of Barnstable's Government Access Channel. 2. The real-time public comment can be addressed to the Conservation Commission utilizing the Zoom link 839-7978-2633 or use the toll-free phone number 888-475-4499 as shown on the agenda. 3rd, the public can also email the comments to edwins.hoops@barnstable.gov at least 8 hours prior to the hearing. For your information, under the NOIs for Bayside Property Holdings LLC and Austerville Property Holding 1 LLC has request for a continuance to March 31st without testimony. Also for the continuance for Robert J. IV and Thomas P. Rems SE3-6342, the applicant has request for a continuance to March 31st without testimony tonight. This afternoon we have a pretty long agenda, so keep your comments within our jurisdiction under the State Wetland Protection Act and the local ordinances and the wetland protections. Under the old and new business, we have 2 items in here. One is the amendment to Chapter 710, guidelines for submitting a request for determinations. Ed?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is just mostly housekeeping issues that were involved for both the checklists. For the Chapter 710, what we were doing is we reordered some of the submittal directions to make it more in line with what the applicant needed to do and the proper procedures and steps that they had to take to do that. We also clarified the legal ad procedures and payment methods for that chapter, as well as for Chapter 707. And then again, in both chapters, we had to do some minor changes to email addresses and checked some of the links. The email addresses were changed to reflect the recent domain change that Town of Barnstable has undergone. I think that's pretty much it. It's pretty much straightforward housekeeping.
Thank you, Ed. Any question from the commissioners to Ed? No. Could I have a motion to approve the amendments to Chapter 710, the guideline for submitting a request for determination?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Hearn,
Aye.
Koshulik,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
and Tangney, aye. Sampu hasn't joined us yet. That's 4. That's unanimous, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. The second amendment is to Chapter 707, regulation governing the minimum submissions requirements for a notice of intent. Ed, I think it's pretty much the same explanations, right?
Right. That's I was covering, but I'm sorry about that. I covered both chapters.
I thought.
The only thing on Chapter 707, I want to add a note saying if staking, under the staking, if the staking is not done in time as specified, the applicants may need to take a continuance because the commissioner need the staking on sites to understand the scope of work before the scheduled hearing. Any questions on my added note? Nothing?
No.
No.
Thank you. Thanks for reminding me of that. I forgot to add that.
Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the amendments to Chapter 707 as amended with the note?
So
So
moved.
moved. Second.
Second. Second.
Oh,
Hearn,
Aye.
Koshulik,
Aye.
Lee,
aye.
and Tangney, aye. That's 4, Mr. Chair. It passes.
Thank you. We have 2 revised plans. The first one is Claudio and Maria Delaney Tessie, SE3-5882. John?
Good afternoon, John O'Day from Sullivan Engineering Consulting, representing the applicants. Also in the meeting room, I will pull the plan up for you. The approved project was to demolish an existing house, which about half of it's within the 50-foot buffer to the resource, which is Coastal Bank, which is a seawall, and to build a new house, a pool and detached garage. All of the approved work was pulled outside of the 50-foot buffer, and the revised plan is shifting all those approved structures further landward. So red was the approved, black is the revised. Red's the approved, black's revised, red's approved, black's revised. Everything's just moving further away. Still nothing in the 50. Be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, John. Any question from the commissioner? Angela?
Yeah, I have one, John. So the red markers, the 3 blocks you made, are the revised plan?
The red blocks are the approved. The black is where it's moving to.
And how come my plan is dated May 3rd of 2021? I don't understand how that is a revised or approved plan from the original NOI, and I wasn't here for that one in 2021.
So the original plan that the order was based on was done in 2021. With the order had one revision that the commission required some notes to it, also in 2021. That order is still open and alive, and we are back before you now in 2026 with a revision as noted here, relocating these footprints. I'm not sure I understand the question.
So, okay, so the question is, you're saying, in mine it was pink, not red, but the markers, the 3 blocks that were done with a marker are the old plan, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
So your letter says that everything was being moved landward, but the garage is actually being moved towards the water. Is that correct in my
No.
No.
Okay. So everything that is on this plan that's dated 2021 has been moved landward from the pink blocks.
Yes.
Okay. And so the pink blocks are the old plan, and the new plan, why is it dated May 3rd, 2021? If
He's
we're getting
getting
a
it-
revised plan, I don't understand why we're not
Dan-
getting.
Angela, he's showing the revision just above it.
Right above it in little tiny print, it says
There's
revised footprints.
There's all the revisions that have been made since the original plan that was submitted with the notice of intent in 2021.
Excellent. Okay, thank you. Now I understand. I was not getting this because I did not see that box, and I really appreciate you explaining it to me.
No
Thank you
worries.
very much, John.
Yes.
Thank you, John. Any other question from the commissioner? If not, could I have a motion to approve the revised plans as submitted?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Hearn,
Aye.
Kashulik,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
and Tangney, aye. That's unanimous, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. The second revised plan is Bernard LeBeau and Barbara Guilfoyle. This is SE 3-5734. John?
Yes, John O'Day from Sullivan Engineering Consulting again, representing the applicants, also in the meeting. The revised plan is requesting a portion of the project is to do a little dormer on a part of the house that might have been able to be done administratively, but we included this all in this revised plan. Looking to do a little entryway onto the house. It's 7 feet wide by 8 feet 9 inches. We also included a photograph of that area, so it is almost entirely all existing hardscape of the brick landing and walkway. There is a total of 30 square feet of additional, which, you know, is basically just the landscape bed covered in snow in this picture next to the walkway. If we really zoomed in, you could see it's like that and that. The original project had significantly excess mitigation, and those mitigation efforts and restoration efforts have been underway for a number of years, and I think even beyond the initial requirement of 3 years, they've continued to make sure that those are monitored and maintained. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, John. Any questions from the commissioner? None? John, I got a quick question for you. With the dormer, are you adding a living space or bedroom?
Not a bedroom. I'm not really sure what the situation is up in that loft area right now, but it's going to be kind of still opened towards down below, not creating a bedroom.
Okay.
Adding some light into it, a little more headroom, but.
Okay. I don't have any question on this one. Could I have a motion to approve the revised plan as submitted?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Hearn,
Aye.
Kashulik,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
and Tangney, aye. That's 4. That's unanimous, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
We have 2 extension requests. The first one is Robbins Swatch SE 3-5871. This is the first request. John?
This was a demo rebuild. I have the plan if you need to see it, but the house is complete, and they are planning to move in this spring and finish the landscaping around it and be done. So I'd be happy to answer any questions on that.
Any question from the commissioner? None? Could I have a motion to approve the extension request?
So moved.
Anyone second?
Second.
Roll call.
Hearn,
Aye.
Kashulik,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
and Tangney, aye. That's unanimous, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The second one is 1187 CBR Realty Trust SE 3-5551. This is a second request for 3 years. John?
Yes, this one I actually will bring up the plan because it's been a while. This was a project that included renovations to a house, including a new upgraded innovative septic system. All of that work, you know, kind of up on the peninsula has been completed. It also included work down on the driveway area where the existing driveway is very low to the point that it floods. And there's some existing, sort of two existing garages which were going to be rebuilt. They have sort of held off on the work between the driveway and the street because sewer is close, and they're figuring that, if they could only have to rip that area up once and solve all three of those issues in one swoop, it would be the most efficient. And so that's why that phase of the work has not happened, and they're hoping it's something that can be done in the next couple of years.
Thank you, John. Any question from the commissioner?
What's the likelihood that it'll be done in the next 3 years? I mean, in terms of scheduling, do you know?
I think that this, like, Long Beach, Short Beach, Centerville area is on the couple of year calendar for it. I know we were working on Short Beach, which is sort of just next door, and I think that was only 2 years away. So it's, I think of all of the areas for sewering, this Long Beach, Short Beach is in the nearest future.
Okay, thanks.
You may want to check with John. You may want to check with the DPW on that exact schedule. You might want to put the pipe in. Except
it's something that we can certainly make sure the owners are aware of, is that no matter what happens, that if they want to do this work, they ought to consider doing it, even if it means just leaving a pipe that can be connected at both ends.
Right.
If they're ahead of the town.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Tom, exact isn't, you're not going to get that answer.
I know. But noted.
Yeah, but you still need to ask.
Yep.
Could I have a motion to approve the extension request?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Hearn,
Aye.
Kashulik,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
and Tagny, aye. That's unanimous, Mr. Chair.
Thank you again.
Yep. The next one is a warning letters, Norm and Janice Tenkamp, 131 Country Club Drive, Barnstable, map 350, parcel 038, alteration of a buffer to a wetland resource area, vegetated wetland, by adding unpermitted hardscape shed. Brady?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is a shed in the 50 to 100. I think there might be a couple square feet inside the 50, but normally if the shed's in the 50 to 100, we'll just do an admin review. This was not permitted ahead of time. It actually only went through Old Kings Highway Historic, to my knowledge. So I'm just having them do an after the fact administrative review.
Thank you. Any questions for Brady? None. So this is just read into the record for that enforcement order. I mean, for the warning letters. And we have one enforcement order. Guadala Lope and Nanlisala, or maybe I'll pronounce spelling bad. B. Amaro. 90 Uncle Willie's Way, Hyannis Maps 292, parcel 328-001, alteration of a buffer to a wetland resource area, vegetated wetland by removing vegetations and damaging soils. Brady?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So this one, I went out to, it's buried in a residential neighborhood in Hyannis. And it's kind of just got this big ditch that is this wetland that expands over like 3 different parcels, all owned by the Emeralds. And I went there and I saw this damage here. So you can kind of see on the far side of these photos is where it starts to drop off, and in the bottom of that is the wetland. So this area beyond the fence is in the buffer. It wasn't anything really but some scrubby vegetation before, but it's my understanding that some machinery was taken in there and it was cleaning out some of that vegetation. So this is a property we have enforcement on before for something similar. If you look on the right here, everything within this yellow area was damaged previously. It was cleared out in a similar way. An enforcement order was issued in 2012 for it. And then there was like some dirt piles that were being stockpiled there, and another enforcement order was issued, and nothing much has happened since. But that 2012 enforcement order asked for a restoration plan, and so I am asking for a similar thing in what is essentially right next to or contiguous with the original restoration area. Of course, there's a cease and desist in here. I'm asking for an on-site meeting for any of the topography to be restored, because there was some tread marks and those sorts of things. There might have been some compaction. Planting should be done in the early fall. Annual reports for 3 years. Trees on dollies. They can't prune or clear anything in the restoration area except for invasives. No mulch. Erosion should be addressed with plants, and there's a big pressure of bamboo here among other invasives, so I included a condition about removing invasive species, especially at this site where it's going to be vulnerable to that takeover. I believe Mr. Amaral is here, so I think we would both take some questions.
Any questions from the commissioner to Brady? Mr. Emerald, do you understand what Brady is asking under this enforcement order?
Yes.
So you're working with Brady on this one, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Could I have a motion to approve the enforcement order as written?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Hearn,
Aye.
Koshulik,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
and Tangney, aye. That's unanimous, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Thank you for working with Brady on this, Mr. Emerald. We have 3 RDAs this afternoon. The first one is Gary Terasovsky. It rents an existing deck and constructs new deck above the existing hardscape at 47 Lakeside Drive, Centerville, as shown on the assessors map 252 parcel 099. Kevin?
Yes.
Go ahead, talk about your projects, Kevin. Or you just want to take questions?
Yeah, I can just I can give a brief just kind of go on it. So to make it easy, in the mustard area is the existing deck that comes off of the property. That comes up to the 50-foot buffer. There is an existing hardscape that is on the bottom. There's kind of like an old driveway that went towards the back of the house that has been maintained. And we are just going to extend the deck out in that area to come out. It's going to be, from the GIS maps, was about 38 feet away from the water at that point. It will not be encroaching on any native plantings as it is going over existing hardscape. So there'll be no disruption to any native plantings between the water and that the line going across.
Thank you. Any question from the commissioner? None? I did not see any hand here. None?
No, staying on the hardscape.
Channel 18, any public comment on this one?
None.
None? Could I have a motion to approve this project as a negative determination?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Hearn,
Aye.
Koshulik,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
and Tangney, aye. That's unanimous, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Good luck. The next one is Olga Ajinsky. Proposed rents and replace of an existing single-family dwelling at 136 Pond Street, Austerville, as shown on Assessors Map 118, Parcel 101. Dan?
Good evening. Chairman Lee, members of the commission, for the record, Dan Ojala. I'm a surveyor and civil engineer with Down Cape Engineering in Yarmouth Port. This is a pretty simple matter. I'll share my screen. The RDAs are the short form filing. We're replacing a house that's completely outside of the 100, all the work. There's a little bit of a stairwell that nicks a couple square foot into it, but it's actually a reduction in hardscape. So 0 to 50, if you look at the table down here, there's no hardscape, no change. And 50 to 100, we're going down 16 square foot. So where there's a net decrease in hardscape within the 100, we were not proposing any mitigation. It's a pretty natural site. And all the work is back. It's a septic upgrade, and the only part of that that's within your jurisdiction is a little clean out coming out of the cottage. So it's a nice improved septic over what's there until, I suppose, eventually the sewer will show up. But for the short term, that's it. So nice little property, in kind of a natural site, not much to see. Be glad to answer any questions if you have them.
Thank you, Dan. Any question from the commissioner?
No, thank you. The photos were beautiful. Thank you.
Channel 18, any public comment on this one?
Seeing none.
None. But I have a motion to approve this project as a negative determination.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Hearn,
Aye.
Pashulik,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
and Tangney. Aye. That's unanimous, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Very much.
The next one is Town of Barnstable, DBW, construction of an approximately 1,200 feet of sidewalk along North Street. Paul, you want to start?
Sure.
Or
I'm
you
here. Mr. Chair, I'm here. Nate Goshgarian.
Nate?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. For the record, Nate Goshgarian with LAC Environmental, presenting on behalf of the applicant. Also present is Anna John. She is the engineer with Stantec. The project that we're presenting tonight, as you just mentioned, is an RDA for the construction of an approximately 1,200-foot section of sidewalk, which will extend along the western side of North Street in Hyannis. This particular 1,200-foot section is part
Nate,
of a large...
excuse me, Nate, can you
Yes.
share the screen?
Yeah, sure. Share. Okay. Hopefully you are seeing the aerial. So this project is part of a larger scope of project, and that is called the Downtown Hyannis Great Streets Project. And really, the overarching goal of that project is to improve safety and accessibility for pedestrians, for local residents, for cyclists, and also promote accessibility to the local businesses in the area. Some of the means and methods of introducing these improvements are introducing additional sidewalks, additional multi-use paths, as well as bike paths, and refurbishing some of the major intersections. So what we're looking at in the aerial is a screenshot. We've got Aunt Betty's Pond to the west of North Street. Basically, this 1,200-foot section is going to originate just north of the West Main Street Rotary, extend along the west side of North Street, and terminate approximate to the intersection of Stevens Street and North Street. So in terms of the protected wetland resource areas that we have, and I should mention that this 1,200-foot segment is the only portion of the overall project which is located in proximity to protected wetland resource areas. Why is the focus of this REA? So we've got Aunt Betty's Pond. We have a fringing, bordering vegetated wetland system which extends along the entire eastern bank. We have Stewart's Creek located right here, which discharges from the eastern side of Aunt Betty's Pond. And so we have bank/median and high water. Stewart's Creek extends east, extends under a beneath North Street in a culvert, and eventually offsite to the south. So we also have associated 200 riverfront area with this project. If you have been to this site recently, which I suspect some of you have, we recently staked the project footprint. 100% of this proposed project footprint is located in already developed hardscape for the most part, located here associated with these entranceways, which lead to the parking associated with these businesses. So the next thing I'd like to quickly transition to are the plans, just to kind of go over the 100-foot buffer zones. This is the southern extent of the project. We have the West Main Street Rotary, and in green, we have the 100-foot buffer zone, which is projecting from the BVW bordering the bank of Aunt Betty's Pond. If we look at the next section, which is basically the central section of the project. We have the 100-foot buffer zone, which is continuing in green, intersecting with the 100-foot buffer zone, which extends from the bank/median of high water. And in red, we have the associated 200 riverfront area. And it's the same for the northern part, 200 riverfront area and the 100 buffer zone, 100-foot buffer zone located right here. I think the final thing that I wanted to mention, which is really paramount to any type of project similar to this, is the erosion controls. Erosion controls are going to be situated along the limit of work, and it's going to be comprised of 12-inch staked compost tubes. And with that, Mr. Chair, I will hand it back over to you. Happy to take any questions.
One quick question. I think your proposed sidewalk is on the landward side of the guardrail, correct?
That is correct. And actually,
So
that guardrail is being retained.
Right. So that area is kind of in the right of way of the roadway.
Correct.
Yeah.
Partially, yeah.
Okay. Bill?
Yeah, I was wondering where the runoff goes from the sidewalk. Does it infiltrate to the ground, or is it being discharged towards the pond or right into the creek there that it crosses?
Yeah, so the latter, there are some catch basins within the footprint, but for the most part, it's being absorbed in that pervious grassy area along the shoulder.
But there's not like a direct discharge happening to either water.
We're not proposing one with this in
Yeah.
that location.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Any other question from the commissioner? Oh, by the way, Pete is with us now too.
Yep, he joined at 3:28, so he's on this application. I got him. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, yep, I'm here.
Okay. Any other question from the commission? Hearing none. Channel 18, any public comment on this one?
Seeing none.
Could I have a motion to approve this project as a negative determination?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Hearn,
Aye.
Kashulik,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Sampu,
Aye.
and Tangney. Aye, that's 5 and unanimous, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you for your time, everybody.
We have 5 NOI this afternoon. The first one is Gennaro Shores to renovate a 876 square feet residential garage with a second floor on existing footprint at 744 Old Falmouth Road, Marston's Mill, as shown on Assessors Map 124, parcel 016. Who is here representing Strong Tree?
Hi, I'm Sarah Murner from Strong Tree.
Okay, hi Sarah.
Hi, I'm representing the applicant for the NOI to renovate and put a second floor on an existing square foot on the 876 square foot garage within the 50-foot buffer zone of the bordered vegetated wetland. Let's share here. Let's see. 1 second.
Yep.
Can you see my screen?
Yep, it's coming up. Yep.
Yeah, so we have the garage here, the proposed stockpile area with a right-of-way here across the yard with the buffer zone line right there. Do you have any questions for me?
Thank you. Question from the commissioner. Any questions? I got one for you before I go to the public comment. The one is so you're adding are you adding bedrooms up there on the garage?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're adding a bedroom, I just want to mention that if you're adding a bedroom, that is, you need to, check your septic system and so forth. And that would be a part of health applications. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Channel 18, any public comment on this one?
Yeah, Louise, if you could just unmute Louise Murray.
Okay.
There you go. If
Louise.
you could just give us your name and address and
Hi, I'm Louise
come
Murray, 712 Old Falmouth Road. I am the abutter. The garage is directly behind me, and it is very close to my property line. I want to know what the intentions are of that second story, and I'm and blocking like another big building on that property, which is only supposed to be one residential house. Now he's going to put up a second floor, and I didn't know if it was for storage or is it for somebody living there, which would require staircase and probably decking. He already uses the garage and the downstairs of his home as for his buildings, for his building commercial work. And yeah, I'm like, I can't believe that when I bought this property and there was just, it was just trees and all and everything. And he's just making this whole property into some like building block. I'm very concerned about that.
Thank you. Thank you, Louise. Sarah, so go back to the building, the proposed additional floor. What is the intended use of that?
Yeah, so I thank you for your comment. I'll have to verify that with the client, but from my understanding, it was just for his commercial business use. Is that something we can put in as a condition?
Hi, this is Janu Swords. I'm
Hello.
the proprietor. Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so the intention there is just for storage on the second floor of that garage, because I don't have garage at the house. And I have some tools because I'm building the house by myself since 2021. And all the things that I build there is on my basement, is for the house. And I'm a carpenter, and my job is like 99% is in Nantucket. My business is in Nantucket, and I don't use that property for business or for commercial, how my neighbors say.
Thank you. Thank you for the clarifications. So this is only for a storage area space, not living space. Just like I mentioned before, if it's a living space, then they would be including a septic upgrade and all that stuff. That is beyond application at this point. So this is only for storage on the second floor. So
yeah, there is no water, there is no insulation. It's just for storage on the second floor. And because I have some tools that I use for building my house, because I'm building my house, and I can do the things over there, but I don't have places to put my car. So the intention is to put my cars underneath and move my tools for the second floor.
Okay, thank you. Channel 18, is there any more public comment on this one?
Tom, could I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
The material stockpile area, that's a temporary stockpile area for the construction of the second floor, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
You're not expanding anything. This is just literally in the same footprint as the garage. So that material stockpile is just a short-term, if you will, impact.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Channel 18, any more public comment on this one?
Being none.
Could I have a motion to approve this project as submitted?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Hearn,
Aye.
Kashulik,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Sampu,
Aye.
Tagny, aye. That's unanimous, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. The next,
Thank you, Commission.
Thank you. The next one is Bayside Property Holdings, LLC, and Osterville Property Holding, 1 LLC, replacement of 550 feet of stone wall with a timber bulkhead, shoreline stabilization and vegetation management at 148 and 186 Windswept Way, Osterville, as shown on the Assessors Map 052, Parcel 002 and 003. The applicant has request for a continuance without testimony to March 31st. Could I have a motion to continue this applications to March 31st without testimony?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Hearn,
Aye.
Koshulik,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Sampu,
Aye.
and Tangney. Aye. That's unanimous, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. The next NOI is Cynthia and Kevin Pitt proposed pool and patio at 61 Great Bay Road, Osterville, as shown on the Assessors Map 093, Parcel 008. Dan?
Yes, good evening, Chairman Lee, or afternoon, I guess it is still. Dan Ojala, I'm a surveyor and civil engineer with Down Cape Engineering in Yarmouthport, and helping the Ketts out with a modest pool in the backyard of their home. This is a flood zone only project, so it perhaps a little bit less rigorous review than some of the other ones with a sensitive wetland resource area like the last project. I'll share my screen just to give you the lay of the land. It's halfway decent sized lot, 37,000. There's a fire pit and some other things in the backyard right now. Just bumping out a little raised patio. The water sheets to the corners where we picked up some area drains to a dry well drawdown pit. And it's only a 9x16 pool, so fairly modest size, just to cool off, plunge pool type. And again, no sensitive receptors here, tiny bit of fill in a flood zone, a coastal A zone doesn't hurt a thing, the old pin in the bathtub effect. We did introduce a good sized dry well for the occasional pool drawdown in the water from the deck to be infiltrated so it doesn't cause a nuisance to the neighbors. I think we requested a certificate of compliance on the former site that we'd done. They did a great job, area drains, landscaping, everything was just right. So I think this is a pretty clean approval, but I'd certainly be glad to answer any questions if you have them. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Any question from the commissioner? This is a flood zone only applications. None?
None.
Channel 18, any public comment on this one?
Seeing none.
Could I have a motion to approve this project as submitted?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Hearn,
Aye.
Koshulik,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Sampu,
Aye.
and Tangney. Aye. That's unanimous.
Thank you. Thank you, Dan. The next NOI is Robert Littleton to construct a second-story addition over the existing garage at 23 Haywood Road, Sandyville, as shown on the Assessors Map 186, Parcel 057. Dan?
Good evening again. For the record, Dan Ojala, Down Cape Engineering. We're here for Mr. Littleton at 23 Haywood Road. A pretty straightforward project because we're not creating any new impacts. I'll share the screen to show you the situation. This is one of the many houses down on Centerville River. And what we're doing is proposing a second level bump up over the garage. So not dissimilar to one a couple meetings ago. We're just going up. It's a little bit within the 50, but again, no increase in footprint. We did need to visit the zoning board because it happens to be in the side yard setback. It's my understanding that was approved without any real issues. So you can see we're at the lot coverage limitation for the site. So there's a pretty tight zoning in this area, the Craigwell Beach District, Centerville North, that old DCPC area. So no increase in footprint, just going up a little bit over the garage, and proposed a work limit line to keep the any construction debris from anywhere near the river. Glad to answer any questions if you have them. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Bill?
Yeah, a couple of questions. The package that we got had a picture or two of this existing garage, and it looked like there already was a something above the garage, and that puzzled me. And the other thing is that it said there'd be some work on the driveway, and that driveway will basically not be changed after that. It's just going to remain gravel, right?
Yeah, the gravel driveway on the plan comes down and goes right into the garage right now, and it's huge, so there's no reason to increase the size any. So yeah, that would be my understanding of the project. No real change, temporarily stockpiling some material on the driveway, but no physical change whatsoever.
What about doesn't it already have something upstairs above the garage?
So it may have a half story there, but he wants a full level, so that would probably be the difference. I didn't study it carefully, but it's probably a little bit of room under the rafters, and they're going to go ahead and bump it up so they've got more headroom on that second level.
It could be like a half. It didn't look like a full, but it looked like there was a room up there with window and whatnot. So. Okay.
Well,
thank you.
That's yeah. All I can say is that whatever is there is going to be
bigger,
taller,
vertically only. So no horizontal, no increase in hardscape, no increase in runoff or anything like that. So not too much from our perspective of the conservation.
Thank you,
Angela.
Yeah, and I heard you say the driveway wasn't going to be changed in size, but the materials are staying the same as well. It's staying gravel.
Absolutely, yeah. No proposal to change that whatsoever.
All right, thank you.
Dan, are you adding bedrooms in there?
I do know. There's it probably shows up in the narrative, which I'm trying to find right now, but we would not propose any new bedrooms unless we got rid of the one in the main house, which sometimes they do that, pull out a wall between two and make a bigger. But it's my understanding there's absolutely no net increase in bedrooms proposed, is my understanding.
Thank you. I just want to mention, if there's any change in the bedroom counts, that would be a Board of Health applications and review and so forth. So I just want to mention it.
Absolutely.
Any more questions from the commissioner?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, Ed.
Yeah, Dan, this is not a real big deal, but you've got the coastal bank marked. You're taking the 50-foot and 100-foot buffer off of that, but you didn't actually call it out as you just called it coastal bank. You didn't call it out as a state and town defined coastal bank.
Mm.
I think the plan needs to reflect that, or should reflect that.
Okay, we can certainly put that on there, but that's one you concern yourselves with because it's sharp enough, at least in places, to require that buffer. I think looking at it, the west side probably tapers out, so you wouldn't be as concerned, but it's can do that.
So then we would be leading a revised plan showing what kind of a coastal bank is on the drawing. What is a state or the town bank?
Yeah, that sounds fine. And you've got the inter riparian zone nix us anyway, so we're under your jurisdiction no matter what. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and the other thing too, Dan, while you're revising it, you might as well add the 50-foot buffer for the salt marsh because the 50-foot does run through the project site as well.
Right.
Through the actual where the addition is going.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay. Any more questions from the commissioner? Channel 18, any public comment on this one?
Seeing none.
Could I have a motions to approve this project subject to receipt of a revised plan showing the state or the state or the town bank and the 50-foot buffer from the wetland resource area?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Hearn.
Aye.
Kashulik.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Sampu.
Aye.
Tagny, aye. That's unanimous, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Good luck, Dan.
Thank you.
The last NOI is Samuel Link rents and replacing the existing single-family dwelling and construct a 10 by 16 pool at 10 Island View Road, Hyannis, as shown in Assessors Map 325, Parcel 109. Dan?
Good afternoon again. For the record, Dan Ojala, Downkeep Engineering. I'm a civil engineer and a land surveyor and helping the Liangs out with a redevelopment property. This is on sewer, which takes away some of the concerns that we often have with developments like this. So here's the site plan. There's one of these clay area over here in Island View Road, and so there's a low depression on the north side of the lot. We're calling it an isolated vegetated wetland, so it'd be a local type filing. It's comes pretty much close to the driveway. There is a fence there. There's an existing garage, existing dwelling. We're pulling back the house quite a bit from that wetland, but we are going up a touch on the footage. So if you look at the hardscape calculations, the way you guys like to see them, you'll be pleased to see 0 to 50. There's a nice reduction of 1,187 square foot. And then 50 to 100, we are going up about 1,500, but again, that's further back. So when you do the mitigation, the 1187 times 4, and add the 15 times 3, you've got about a minus 185 square foot of mitigation required. We did provide just as a kind of a token amount, but we had an area up here that we could improve the buffer a little bit by the driveway. So we did show northern bayberry plantings up there on the north side of the driveway. We thought that would be well received. We're proposing new roof dry wells to infiltrate the roof runoff. So whereas it's uncontrolled right now, we think it'll be net a better project for the environment than what's there now between the mitigation and the being on sewer already. It'll be up above the flood zone, so it'll be less traumatic if we ever do get the 100-year event. The home will be quite safe, and we're putting the roof dry wells into the ground, and it's just got a crawl space, as you can see here, so the floodwaters go in and go back out again, and there's no issue for it's actually the slab is a hair over the base flood elevation, so shouldn't flood at all, but to the extent that it would now, we feel it's a better project in the future. So that's it. I think a pretty clean redevelopment, meets all the requirements of the zoning, and I'd be glad to answer any questions if you have them.
Thank you, Dan. Bill?
I'm curious about, you're moving the house out of pretty much out of the 0 to 50. You got over 1,000 square feet moved out. What is going to go in that area? Is that going to be lawn? And I'm just, it's a huge project, expensive project. And I'm thinking, does this project actually have any really obvious benefit to the wetland other than, as you said, a token mitigation of 32 square feet? I wondered, is it, if you're moving the house back and you have a lawn, might it be possible to shave off part of the driveway, make it so that, there's a little bit more of a buffer on that? I mean, you're going to have a huge amount of space that is now open. Is that possible? I mean, just thinking that, how do we benefit the wetland? How do we get there's no buffer. It's gone. And here you've got now what will presumably, I'm guessing it would be lawn. You're moving something back and it's what's going in there.
Yeah, so the proposal would be to have that be a landscaped area. The paved drive would extend just a little bit so we can get 2 cars in there. And then there's some, artistic type slate pavers and steps to get up. Because again, we are elevating to get up above the flood elevation. So you'd basically be looking at a sloped landscaped area. I don't know. I don't write the regulations, but it's generally, a vegetation is impervious area is better received than hardscape. So I think that's the benefit, is that we're pulling out, quite a bit of hardscape in that 0 to 50. It's a 1,187 square foot reduction. And there's got to be less runoff going into that wetland because of that. Plus, we're taking all the new roof runoff and dumping that into dry wells. So you wouldn't get water sheeting across the lawn and running over there. Um, you know, we could, of course, disturb the existing paved drive and move it a foot or two closer to the house, but I don't know that there will be, a huge benefit. You've got a fenced area there now. It's just a little IVW. Um, I don't really know how much benefit it would be to give it another foot or two, whereas you're already reducing by almost 1,200 square foot. We thought the 32 square foot would be well received over there. They're pulling up some lawn and putting some bayberry, a little better habitat. But your regulations don't necessarily require it, so I'd
I understand that. I'm like at the if you will, what do you call it, the mouth of the driveway right on the road. I mean, it's got kind of like a wide opening, and it just seems like it wouldn't be that much, and it might provide more real buffer. That's all.
Yeah, well, yeah, I could certainly consider that if we pulled it, slid the whole driveway 4 feet to the south, would that be acceptable? We could take 4 feet off, put a few more mitigation plantings on the north, and just expand the driveway a little bit towards that tree. I don't think would kill that tree. We're trying to save it.
I think anything that you do there just to back it off and create a little more, because you've got all that extra room. It's like that driveway's like right up against the wetland. I mean, it just seems be nice if you could do that.
Okay, yeah, I think that area there near the bayberry bush, we could shorten that up. I'm going to say 3 feet would be reasonable, and then just widen it 3 feet to the south if we need to make up. I'll check the width of the car, but that sounds okay.
Okay, Pete.
Yeah, Dan, what you offered there was gracious. The one thing that potentially was almost and something equally beneficial. What direction does the paved driveway slope to? Is it away from the IVW or towards it?
Well, it basically sheets out to the street. There's an 8 contour at the street and a 9, and then it goes up to about 9.8 by the garage. So it's basically a gentle slope out to the roadway.
Okay, and is there a slight berm on that north edge of the driveway so that it does not go into the wetland?
Currently, I don't believe there is one. I could check my photographs and see, but that would probably be something we could put on there. Would be probably a good idea to sheet that.
Yeah, because sort of Bill's concern as well as mine. Yeah, just keeping it from any paved drippings upon our pavement. If you just keep that out of the wetland, that's a benefit too. So thank you for considering it.
Yeah, it looks like there's a gentle cobble edge on it right now that we didn't pick up, but I'll see if that carries the water. I'll just note that on the plan, and I think that does sheet the water right out towards the street. So I'll show that and make sure we retain that feature. Very similar to a berm. It's like a cobble edge. Yeah.
Yeah. Add that in the revised plan.
Yeah, happy to do it.
Yep, Angela.
Yeah, I just want to say I agree with Bill and Pete. And you're talking about the area you're already proposing mitigation anyways, correct? When you said you were shaving back the 3 feet there in the driveway, just to the west of the shed. Thank you. Thank you for doing that.
Any other question from the commissioner? None? Channel 18, any public comment on this one?
Seeing none.
Could I have a motion to approve this project with the subject with a revised plan, subject to receipt of a revised plan showing the change of the driveway location and to show the cobbles, what is that?
Berm
or the existing features, so that the storm water is going to run away from the wetland area.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Hearn.
Aye.
Kashulik.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Sampu.
Aye.
Tangney, aye. That's unanimous, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Dan.
Appreciate your time very much. Thank you.
We have one continuances. It's Robert J. the Fourth and Thomas P. Rems removal of brick paved patios, installation of a permeable paver patio and fire pit within 50-foot buffer at 536 Shoe Flying Hill Road, Centerville, as shown on Assessors Map 193, parcel 029. This is a continuance from February the 17th, and the quorum is everyone. The applicant has requested for a continuance to March 31st without testimony. Could I have a motion to continue these applications to March 31st without testimony?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Hearn,
Aye.
Kashulik,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Aye.
Sampu, and Tangney, aye. That's unanimous.
Thank you. We have two easy certificates of compliance. The first one is Gladstone Limited Partnership, SE3-4479. The second one is Lloyd the Fourth, SE3-6166. Could I have a motion to approve?
Can I ask a question first? Yeah. It says no work commenced on 4479. I don't understand what does that mean? That they didn't do anything or approve? It says no work commenced.
Yeah, there was no work done on that project. That's why we're closing it out. It's an invalid order. It's just closing out. It's expired anyhow.
Oh, I see. So they didn't do anything, and we're just saying close the.
There was no work, and they were just. But you have to close it out with the COC.
Okay. And then the second one, it says at the same thing: reconfigure driveway not done, relocate shed not done. That means they won't be doing that as part of that project. Is that right?
Correct.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
So moved.
Oh,
yeah,
anyone second?
Thanks for those clarifications. Yeah. Second.
Roll call.
Hearn.
Aye.
Kashulik.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Sampu.
Aye.
And Tangney, aye. That's unanimous, Mr. Chair.
We have one set of minutes, March the 3rd.
Tom, I think you need to go back and do the second COC.
No, I did it for both.
Yeah.
You're doing both. You did both.
He said both at the same time.
Yeah, I did it for both.
My apologies.
No, that's okay. Normally, when it's easy, certificate, I just do it in one.
Okay.
We have one set of minutes, March the 3rd.
So I make a motion to accept the minutes for March the 3rd.
Second.
Roll call.
Hearn.
Aye.
Kashulik.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Sampu.
Aye.
And Tangney, aye. That's unanimous. The minutes have been accepted.
Our next hearing is at 6:30 on March 31st. Could I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Hearn.
Aye.
Kashulik.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Sampu.
Aye.
And Tangney, aye. That's unanimous, Mr. Chair. It's 4:03 and we are adjourned.
Thank you.